Number 10. The koala's poop diet. Imagine inheriting your mother's bowel movements. No, this isn't some bizarre medieval inheritance law, but the daily reality of koala joeys. These fluffy eucalyptus enthusiasts have one of the most specialized and, frankly, disgusting diets in the animal kingdom. See, eucalyptus leaves are toxic. Seriously toxic. Most animals would keel over after a single bite, but koalas? They've evolved an iron gut and a liver that could filter a frat party. But the real kicker? Baby koalas can't digest eucalyptus at all. Their undeveloped digestive system lacks the essential microbes needed to break down the poison. So, what's a mama koala to do? She produces a special type of poop, called pap, which is essentially a pre-digested eucalyptus smoothie, brimming with the necessary bacteria. Yes, you heard that right. Baby koalas transition from milk to poop. Picture that next time you see a cute koala clinging to its mother. It's not just cuddling, it's getting a dose of fecal probiotics. Talk about a tough love diet. Number 9. The anglerfish's parasitic romance. Ever feel like you're losing yourself in a relationship? Well, male anglerfish take that to a horrifying extreme. These deep-sea dwellers live in a world of perpetual darkness, where finding a mate is like finding a needle in a haystack the size of the Pacific Ocean. So, when a male anglerfish finally stumbles upon a female, he literally latches onto her with his teeth. And then, things get weird. He releases an enzyme that fuses his body to hers, becoming little more than a parasitic sperm dispenser. His eyes, fins, and internal organs slowly wither away, leaving just a lump of flesh permanently attached to his much larger mate. He's basically become a living, breathing testicle. Talk about commitment. Next time you think your partner is clingy, just remember the anglerfish. It could be worse. You could be absorbed. Number 8. The naked mole rat's socialist kingdom. Imagine a society where everyone is naked, buck-toothed, and ruled by a queen who dictates who gets to breed. Welcome to the world of naked mole rats, the communists of the rodent kingdom. These hairless, wrinkly creatures live in underground colonies that resemble a bizarre cross between an ant farm and a North Korean labor camp. The queen, the only breeding female, rules with an iron fist, or claw. She bullies other females into infertility, ensuring her genetic dominance. Meanwhile, the worker rats toil away, digging tunnels, foraging for food, and even acting as living heating pads for the queen and her offspring. They have zero personal space, a shared toilet, and a diet that mostly consists of their own poop. Yes, poop seems to be a recurring theme in the animal kingdom. It's a life devoid of individuality, privacy, and probably any semblance of fun. But hey, at least they don't have to worry about fashion choices. Number 7. The platypus's venomous spurs. Ever feel like you're a bit of an oddball? A mix of different parts that don't quite fit together? Well, meet the platypus, the Frankenstein's monster of the animal kingdom. It's a mammal that lays eggs. It has a duckbill, a beaver tail, and otter feet. It swims like a fish but digs burrows like a mole. And, just to add a touch of danger to the mix, the male platypus has venomous spurs on its hind legs. Yes, you heard that right. A venomous, egg-laying, duck-billed mammal. It's like nature threw a bunch of animal parts into a blender and hit puree. These spurs aren't just for show. They pack a powerful punch, delivering venom that can cause excruciating pain in humans and even kill smaller animals. While not fatal to us, getting jabbed by a platypus is an experience you'd likely never forget. Imagine a throbbing, burning pain that radiates up your limb, coupled with nausea, vomiting, and the sheer bewilderment of having been poisoned by something that looks like it escaped from a children's book. So, if you ever find yourself face to face with a platypus, admire it from afar. Resist the urge to pet the adorable, furry anomaly. You might end up with a very unpleasant souvenir. Number 6. The Surinam toads, back-hatching babies. Ready for a story that will make your skin crawl? Let's talk about the Surinam toad, a creature whose reproductive strategy is straight out of a body horror film. Forget cute, fluffy babies. This amphibian takes parental care to a whole new and deeply unsettling level. During mating, the male Surinam toad essentially glues his fertilized eggs onto the female's back. Her skin then swells around each egg, creating a honeycomb-like structure. The eggs are embedded in her flesh, like some grotesque organic body armor. And it only gets weirder from there. The tadpoles develop entirely inside these pockets, eventually metamorphosing into tiny, fully formed toads. And how do they emerge? They burst out of their mother's back, Yes, you heard that right. Imagine dozens of miniature toads erupting from their mother's skin like some kind of gruesome amphibian zit-popping session. It's a sight that will forever be burned into your memory, whether you want it to be or not. So, the next time you complain about your mother's nagging, just remember the Surinam toad. At least she didn't hatch you from her back. Number 5. The parrotfish's sand-pooping habit, or ever wonder where all that beautiful white sand on tropical beaches comes from? Well, prepare to have your idyllic beach fantasies shattered. A significant portion of that pristine sand is actually parrotfish poop. Yes, you heard that right. Those vibrant, colorful fish you see swimming around coral reefs are essentially sand-pooping machines. Parrotfish have beak-like mouths that they use to scrape algae off coral. In the process, they ingest bits of coral skeleton. Their digestive system grinds down the coral, and what comes out the other end is fine, white sand. A single parrotfish can produce hundreds of pounds of sand every year. So, that soft, powdery sand between your toes? It's basically fish excrement. Think about that next time you build a sandcastle. You're essentially playing with a giant pile of fish poop. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? Number 4. The hagfish's slime defense. Imagine being attacked by a shark, but instead of fighting back with teeth or claws, you unleash a torrent of sticky, suffocating slime. That's the hagfish's defense strategy, and it's as disgusting as it is effective. These eel-like creatures, often dubbed slime eels, are the stuff of nightmares. They lack jaws, have rows of rasping teeth on a tongue-like projection, and possess an uncanny ability to tie themselves into knots. But their most remarkable feature is their slime. When threatened, the hagfish secretes a specialized protein from glands along its body. This protein reacts with seawater, instantly expanding into a massive cloud of sticky, fibrous goo. This slime is a predator's worst nightmare. It clogs their gills, making it impossible to breathe. Imagine trying to take a bite of something that suddenly explodes into a giant wad of sticky, gag-inducing jelly. You'd probably lose your appetite, too. The hagfish, meanwhile, simply ties itself into a knot, scrapes the slime off, and swims away, leaving its attacker choking and covered in goo. It's a disgusting but ingenious survival tactic. So, next time you're feeling stressed, just imagine being a hagfish, sliming your way out of trouble. It might just make you feel a little better. Number 3. The honey badger's fearless ferocity. Ever wish you could just shrug off pain and fearlessly take on anything life throws at you? Well, meet the honey badger, the embodiment of don't give a damn. This small but mighty creature has earned a reputation as the toughest animal on the planet, and for good reason. They're virtually impervious to pain, have incredibly thick skin that can withstand stings, bites, and even machete blows, and possess a ferocity that belies their size. Honey badgers have a voracious appetite and will eat pretty much anything, from scorpions and snakes, venom, no problem, to honey, hence the name, and even small mammals. They're known to raid beehives with reckless abandon, enduring hundreds of stings without flinching. They'll even take on lions and hyenas, fearlessly defending themselves with sharp claws and teeth. Their thick skin and loose hide also allow them to twist and turn inside the grip of a predator, making it difficult to get a good hold. They're basically the Wolverine of the animal kingdom. So, what's the secret to the honey badger's fearlessness? It's a combination of factors, including their thick skin, resistance to venom, and sheer tenacity. They simply don't back down, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable odds. It's a life lesson we could all learn from. Embrace your inner honey badger and face your challenges head-on, with a healthy dose of I don't care. TCC. Number 2. The dung beetle's poop obsession. We've talked about animals that eat poop, animals that hatch from their mother's back, and animals that produce sand poop. But nothing quite prepares you for the dung beetle's utter devotion to, well, dung. These industrious insects have built their entire lives around poop. They eat it, they roll it, they mate on it. They even navigate by the stars while pushing it. Talk about dedication. Dung beetles play a crucial role in the ecosystem, acting as nature's cleanup crew. They collect dung from other animals, roll it into neat little balls, and bury it underground. This not only removes waste, but also fertilizes the soil and helps prevent the spread of parasites. They're essentially tiny, six-legged sanitation workers. But their relationship with poop goes beyond mere utility. Some dung beetles use dung balls as nuptial gifts, offering them to potential mates as a sign of their worthiness. Others lay their eggs inside the dung balls, providing their offspring with a ready-made food source. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. And the dung beetle does it with unwavering enthusiasm. So, next time you step in something unpleasant, remember the dung beetle and appreciate its tireless efforts to keep the world clean, one poop ball at a time. Number 1. The zombie fungus and its ant-controlling powers. Ever seen a nature documentary where an ant suddenly starts behaving erratically, climbing to an unusual height and clamping its jaws onto a leaf before dying a gruesome death? Well, you've witnessed the horrifying power of the Ophiocordyceps unilateralis fungus, more commonly known as the zombie ant fungus. This parasitic fungus infects ants and takes control of their behavior, turning them into living puppets. The fungus releases chemicals that hijack the ant's nervous system, forcing it to abandon its colony and climb to a specific location, typically a leaf or twig about 25 centimeters above the ground. This location provides the ideal temperature and humidity for the fungus to grow. Once the ant is in position, the fungus forces it to clamp its jaws onto the leaf, anchoring it in place. Then, the fungus begins to consume the ant from the inside out, eventually erupting from its head in a gruesome display of parasitic domination. The fungal stalk releases spores, which rain down on the forest floor, infecting more unsuspecting ants and continuing the cycle of zombification. It's a chilling example of how parasites can manipulate their hosts for their own benefit, turning them into literal walking dead. So, the next time you feel like someone's controlling you, just be thankful you're not an ant at the mercy of a zombie fungus. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.